Hey everybody, it's Jay and Jay here.
It's me, Jared.
And me, Josh. And we got a special guest here with the wappy, zappy ghost guy, Matt. So, welcome, Matt.
Hi,
Okay.
my name's Matt. I also have a YouTube channel
Yeah, what
called
is that
Rise
YouTube?
from called Rise from Beyond Productions, guys.
What can people find there?
Thanks for horror movie content, as in like shorts and reviews and stuff like that.
Okay.
There's not much on it right now.
Alright, so you're just starting out.
Yeah.
Alright, well, we're welcome to have you on this very spooky episode of the J&J Podcast,
Whoa.
episode 3 here.
Wow.
We got some things to talk about today. We're going to be doing our Eras tour. Well, Jared will be doing his Eras tour review. Killers of the Flower Moon from me and Jared. Exorcists Believer. You did see Exorcists Believer, right?
I did not.
You did not? Okay, well, I'll be
did
doing
not.
a quick review of Exorcists Believer then. And then we will be closing that out with Five Nights at Freddy's for the movie reviews. And then we will be doing a top
Woo,
5
woo, woo.
spooky movies. Because some people don't just like horror movies, so we're just kind of doing all around just Halloween spooky movies, you know. So yeah, Jared, you got anything you want to talk about? How's your week been?
My week's been fine. Guess it's been a few weeks since we've had a podcast episode, but it's been a little while. Good to be back though. Just getting through school and work mostly, but got to see a few movies, so we're excited to get to talk about those.
I haven't been up to much of anything, just working, just like always. Dealing with Five Nights at Freddy's kids coming into the damn theater. Matt, what have you been up to? Anything exciting?
So, I've been going to the movies a lot recently, and just last night I saw Halloween 1978 in theaters.
Really?
Yeah, it was a weird experience. Spoilers. I don't know if I love it as much as I used to.
Really?
It's a little bit of a slow burn. It's a real slow movie, and not a lot happens. But I mean, I still hold it really close to me. I really like it. But other than that, I had to do some. There was some trick or treat last night, so.
Oh yeah, you guys had trick or treaters.
Yeah, I had to. Me and my girlfriend were. Babysitting her niece, basically trick or treating, and we were Wendy and Jack from The Shining. But so.
Nice.
Yeah, and I just saw FNAF the other day.
Okay, well we'll get into that.
Bunch of crazy stuff. Yeah, I know. I'm throwing a week out there.
Okay. It's the J and M podcast, but yeah.
Yep. You know, we're just living over here. We're just living life. You know, having work.
I want to say,
having fun.
Halloween is overrated. That is all.
Like, okay, all right. I think we're getting into it now. Yeah, it's a little bit of a, if you've watched any other movie, it's not like the best movie ever. People regard it as like the best horror movie ever. It's not, but like it's not even my top 5.
Well, no, spoilers. Spoilers.
Well, no, I'm saying in total top 5.
Yeah, well,
because I had to make a separate list for today's occasion.
How many times have you seen the movie?
Probably 30 to 25 times total.
30? 30?
I kind of just play it, and I just kind of watch it. I own it on everything except Laserdisc and Beta. And I have 3 editions of it on VHS. I have the collector's edition that comes in orange tape. I have the Blockbuster edition that's still sealed almost. And I have just the regular home media release on VHS. I have I don't think I have it on DVD.
Really?
I don't think I have it on DVD. But I
Out of
have
everything,
it on
you
Blu-ray.
don't have it on DVD.
Are you serious? Do I not?
Man,
Oh,
and
I'm
you
a
call
fraud.
yourself a fan.
I'm a fraud. I'm a fraud.
Do not subscribe to his...
Yeah,
Well, no,
you
no,
guys
to be
should all
honest,
just...
Yeah.
Yeah. I have one movie on everything.
I have flash stamps on almost everything.
I have... Now, I'm going to say this right now. It's not on my list because it's not a Halloween movie, but it is one of my favorite horror movies of all time. I do have Candyman on everything.
Well, you know, you
I
can
have
still
it
watch
on-
that around Halloween time,
Like
Candyman.
the original?
Yeah, the original. Because I have it on VHS, Blu-ray, and DVD.
I mean, it's still a good one to watch, though.
It's my favorite. It's one of my favorite horror movies. I just didn't think it would be a good, Halloween movie. I know we're gonna, you know.
Well, you're not going to like my list then. But, all right.
Oh.
Seems like you've been having a very adventurous time.
Yep.
Anything else you got for the intro, Jared?
That's all I got.
Matt, you got anything else you want to mention in the intro? Before we get into our news segment?
I'm gonna go see Trick or Treat on Halloween
Really? Where are you seeing that at?
in theaters.
Where the hell are they showing that at?
Cinemark.
Really?
Your local Cinemark.
Well, we don't have a local cinema.
Yeah, they were
but
showing-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, Regal, I think, was showing something. I don't know.
Oh, we're showing Dawn of the Dead.
Boo. That's cool. That's cool. It's funny because Monroeville is actually showing Trick or Treat and Halloween, but not.
They're not showing Dawn of the Dead in
Dawn-
Monroeville?
They're not showing Dawn of the Dead. Nope, they are not.
All right.
I'm sure there's like a Monroeville home theater.
I'm sure they show
that
it
someone
all the
has.
time,
They're
yeah.
"Ooh." Yeah, they're like the museum, maybe.
Yeah.
But the museum, no, the museum. Yeah.
Um.
But no, that's all. That's all I got.
All right. Well, with all that, we'll hop into the news segment. Now, a pretty shocking development that happened last night was the sudden death of Matthew Perry.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't know much that I know from Matthew Perry other than Friends, which is what he's probably most famous for. But Jared probably knows more.
Yeah, I mean, I mostly know him from Friends. I watched all of Friends. I think it's an alright show in general, but he's definitely the best part of that show, I think. By far, he's the funniest character. Definitely young,
Yeah.
too. I mean, he was only 54. Drowning, yeah.
Yeah.
There's definitely more that's going to come
I-
out about that, but...
I feel so out of the loop because I know him from Fallout New Vegas, but
Well, there you go. I mean,
more power to you.
I know
Yeah,
he used to have a show on, NBC. It wasn't very good, but it was,
Yeah,
a good comedy show.
well,
Yeah.
he's kind of fallen off. He's fallen off the last couple of years. He was having problems and stuff, and then they had the reunion thing, and he kind of came back, but he hasn't really done much. But I guess they found that there was no drugs in his system or anything, which was very interesting because everyone probably thought immediately it was something with drugs or something, but no, it's crazy. So yeah,
Rest in peace, Matthew Perry.
rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, we have to honor him, even though he was the best part of Friends to me. Yeah. All right. Well, moving on from that, we have a development also, a little bit lighthearted. We just had to get that off our chest and talk about it. But just about probably 10 minutes before we start recording this podcast, because Matthew, I don't know if you know about this. Do you know today's National Cat Day?
No.
So today is in fact National Cat Day, and in honor of National
What?
Cat Day, they have announced that the Garfield movie with Chris Pratt will be opening May 24th, 2024.
Wow. Let's get a round of applause, everybody.
Yeah. I'm a huge Garfield fan. Dude. A lot of people were dissing on him as Mario, or the idea of him as Mario when it happened though. Whenever the movie, everyone thought it was solid, but since that's been okay, at least I'm perfectly fine with him doing whatever. I love Garfield.
Wow.
I hope they can actually do this right. I think he looks a little wonky, but I don't really care. I will be there day one, buying all the merch. I don't give a shit.
I'm not gonna lie. I just looked at the cast and Nicholas Holt's in it, and I'm very, very intrigued.
You know who else is in the cast? Any other notable names?
So on IMDb it says
Isn't Samuel L. Jackson like his dad or something?
Samuel L. Jackson is Vic. So I don't know if it's like Vic Field or something.
Who's playing John? Who's playing John though?
That might be
There are not that there I don't know.
If John Arbuckle
Yeah, maybe
is
Nicholas
not in
Hoult.
the film, I am
I'm sure
not going to watch it.
I'm sure he will
But I
be,
feel
but
like Nicholas Hoult
it
makes
might
sense. Like, is it Nicholas Hoult, or does he have a role?
it says like all the characters except Chris Pratt and Samuel L. Jackson basically don't have a role, and it also says Bill Murray, but I think that's just like
He's probably making
when
a
any
cameo.
like. Well, you know how like anytime like a movie comes out that's like a pre-existing like franchise, like the Spider-Man movies pre everybody knowing
so
that.
no one knows the cast really. So we know.
So nobody
I
knows.
know-
It's
yeah.
just
I know Chris Pratt's in it, and I know Samuel L. Jackson was announced.
Nicholas Hoult would be Patton Oswalt.
John Cena? Well, we don't know if this is real. This could just be.
If Nicholas
Well-
Hoult is in it, I feel like he's got to be John.
well, I feel like it could be like if we're talking about like Garfield's dad and stuff. I feel like it's gonna have it's gonna be like a Garfield adventure movie, and then at the end of the movie, it's gonna be like John adopts him or something.
Well, hopefully it's better than Scooby
Scoob?
or whatever it's called.
What are you talking about? That was the greatest film of the year.
Really, Matt? You were a big fan?
I've never watched it.
Ah. Yeah. You got anything else in the news? Anything breaking that happened, Jared?
I got nothing.
Matt, you got anything that you heard? Any breaking movie news or anything along that sort?
Let me. Yeah, actually, I do have a movie news. The hit movie Terrifier 3 is set to take place during Christmas time,
Really?
and is supposed to release next year.
Isn't Scream 7 kind of the same situation? They're trying to get like a Christmas time or something like that?
Scream 7, there is rumors of
So it's not confirmed.
it being that. No, but Terrifier 3 is confirmed to be, during Christmas. And there's a poster that got like leaked and stuff. We got the new, as much as I hate the original Strangers, really boring movie. I'm excited for there's a new trilogy of Strangers movies coming out next year.
Is that the Breaking In movie? What is Strangers?
Yeah. It's like the home invasion movie.
Favorite
But yeah, they're
movies.
working on a.
Really? It's one of Jared's mom's favorite movies.
It is. She's a huge fan.
I do not care for the first one. It's very boring and nothing happens. See, I need action, and I mean like there's some good like suspense scenes, and then like it doesn't pay off.
Interesting.
So.
Well, that's gonna bite you in the ass when we talk about FNAF, but we'll see.
I have some words about FNAF.
Anything else you got? Any other news you have on you? Apparently, you're more prepared than us.
Yeah, I mean I'm the big horror movie guy, so let me see what else I got.
That is why
up
we
on-
brought
up
him
the
on
sleeve.
for the Halloween episode of the J&J podcast.
Yeah. I don't think I have much. I think that's all for right now.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, we'll jump into our first of the movie reviews. The first one, though, is kind of a Jared story, really. And it's about the Eras Tour, the Taylor Swift movie that finally came out and is breaking every single box office record, basically. Like, Jesus Christ. So,
Yeah.
Jared, you saw this opening weekend. You want to go ahead and talk about this?
Yeah. Yeah, so I saw the Eras Tour movie the Saturday it came out. So, like, the opening day was technically the Thursday, but, like... Yeah, I feel like most people didn't see it till that Friday or Saturday, or, like, the big 2 days. Yeah, so my experience with it was a little weird, because I'd seen the concert, like, in person already. Not the one that was shown in the movie.
Which one was in the movie?
They showed the LA ones. Yeah.
Boo.
So it was just, I don't know. I think when you see something like that in person, the experience will never be like seeing that like in a theater's not going to be as cool. So I definitely feel like it was more. I guess like if you hadn't seen the concert like in person, it's probably a lot cooler. Because I feel like in person, the runtime of a concert, you don't feel that. But when you're in a theater and it's a 3-hour long concert, you start to feel it. But it was a cool little experience. I think two things that like were just like stuck out to me about the whole thing. One was like the theater I saw it at. I saw it at AMC. They had like like showing so packed in that we weren't even allowed to go into our theater until like 5 minutes before our showing, because the other showing was still like ending, and then they had to clean it up. Yeah.
Wow.
So it was like 7:15, and our showing was at 7:30. We're still sitting outside of there, like waiting to go in. Yeah, it was bad. I guess the other takeaway was, so our theater was like pretty packed. I think it was pretty much sold out. Maybe one or two seats not sold, but there was a group of teenage girls in the front row. Couldn't have been older than like 15. And, I mean, the whole time they're up, standing up, jumping up and down, singing, clapping, and I'm like, Taylor Swift is not here to hear you clapping for her. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna say I've been seeing these videos around of people going to the concerts and stuff, and like it seemed, or not the concerts, the cult videos.
It wasn't as bad as
it looks,
that, but it was like pretty similar. But like the biggest
like
annoyance of this was the mom of the girls was like behind them, like recording, and she had her flash on, so like the shadow of the girls was like on the screen, and I was like,
wow,
you have to be kidding me.
I hope the movie companies come and find out what theater she was in and sue her, because she's going to be showing the film in the background for piracy.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a cool little experience all in all. But I guess it was like a concert I hadn't seen in person and that I was looking forward to seeing. I think it would have been a lot better.
Well, it's almost like watching a game in person for like a sporting game. So imagine going to a Steelers game or something in person compared to watching at home. It's still kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
it's also very expensive. Like, it was 1989 for her album. Like,
that's so dumb.
It was pretty pricey, I'd say, but
I tell you,
I'm just gonna interject and
okay.
I'm just gonna interject and say, like, I think it would be, I don't care who it is. It could be like my favorite band of all time. If I might pay, you gotta catch me on like a who it is. But like, I hate watching concert videos. Like, I hate listening to live albums, like, because it doesn't have that same reaction.
Yeah.
Like, when I saw, I'll just say, when I saw Fall Out Boy, that was the craziest experience of my life. And that's because I was in the barricade, like, 6 to like 10 feet in front of me were Fall Out Boy. So
yeah, the actual band,
like,
in person, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that makes you be like, oh my god, are they even real? Is this like a real thing? And then spoilers, Pete Wentz touched my hand, and I almost had a fangirl moment. I still almost started crying. There would have been blood if someone tried to rip me off of him. But
okay. Well,
greatest experience of my life.
Yeah, I can tell you the best concert film I ever watched was a live stream, and I feel like that works better. If she would have done a live stream,
why don't you go and say who the concert was, Josh?
I'll tell you exactly who it was. The Kanye West Drake concert, when they did the live stream, I feel like a live stream concert would work better. And they do live stream concerts like operas at the theaters and stuff, so they definitely could do. Like, I know some theaters were showing that Drake Kanye concert in theaters, so you could do like the live stream. I feel like that would have been better because it's live, so you'd feel like it's not, you would get the imperfections. But when you're watching a concert movie, she's definitely picking the best of every shot. She can edit whatever she wants out. So it's really, she's trying to make, which I guess is, that's her thing. That's what she wants out there. But I feel like a live performance would really do better than a pre-recorded performance,
I will say that, interestingly enough, the other day, this is going to be my little mini review. I watched it was a couple weeks ago. Ice Nine Kills had a premiere for their new song Meet and Greet. And so what they did was they made basically like a giant movie out of it. So they had like all the music videos from the album and they made it like one giant movie. And it was live streamed on YouTube. And I don't know why, but it felt like I was like really like watching a movie there. Because it was a live stream and then afterwards they had a Q&A and stuff.
Yeah.
But like I was just sitting on like watching it on my TV and I was just like enjoying it. And then I found out that when they actually uploaded the music video, they cut the ending because it was like too graphic or something. And I felt so crazy because like on Reddit and stuff, people were like, why do I have to pay for like the ending or whatever and like all this stuff. And now they have a thing where they are actually going to release the ending on YouTube. But when I saw it, I saw the whole thing. I know how it ended and everything. But YouTube, like when the video came out on YouTube, nobody knew how it ended.
So you're losing your mind because you're thinking you saw something and then
Yeah.
it's a Mandela effect. You're like, what the hell did I see?
Yeah, and I did post something and I was like, oh, did anybody else see this? And they were like, yeah, I thought I was crazy too. Like, nobody's talking about it. But that was awesome. And it wasn't really live music. It was like music videos and stuff. But still, pretty cool. Pretty awesome.
Well, yeah. So something that's actually happening in front of you, even if it is pre-recorded. Like if she would have released a concert pre-recorded, but it was live in a way, just like everyone was seeing at the same time, I feel like that would have been better, maybe, because it would have felt more like an event. Even though it was an event, I feel like people were hyping it up too much, maybe. Thinking it was
I felt
different.
like I was... Yeah, I felt like I was there. I don't know.
Well, I'd like to...
I feel like I also...
No, you go ahead.
I feel like I also wasn't supposed to see it. I don't know.
I felt like something you had to pay for or something.
Yeah, I think it was like something I had to pay for, but I didn't, and I don't know. It was so weird.
Well, I tell you something you had to pay for was the bucket and popcorn combo. Do you know about this, Matthew?
The like bucket, like the Taylor Swift bucket?
Yeah, for $19.89, you got the collector's cup and collector's bucket. Now, at Regal, we do not get this stuff, but because it was Taylor Swift, we got it. And we had a limited supply, right? And, Jared, I just want you to take away maybe your story about what happened with the popcorn bucket Watergate scandal.
Yeah, so, I mean, my girlfriend, self-proclaimed biggest Taylor Swift fan ever.
Which she's not. I'm sorry, Riley.
So we had the tickets for that Saturday, and I knew she wanted the popcorn bucket and stuff. But I was like, by Saturday, this stuff's going to be gone. Like, there's no shot we get this stuff on Saturday. So, me and Josh here, we go to the Regal that Thursday, because I'm like, let's just get this stuff. So, the issue was, in order to get the popcorn bucket and the cup, you had to have a ticket. I had a ticket for AMC, not for the Regal. So, I call her, I'm like, how badly you want these? After about 10 minutes on the phone with her, she finally is like, all right, whatever. So we pay she gives me $40 to buy not only a popcorn bucket and a cup, but also a ticket in which we did not use to see the Aerostar concert.
Which is it's a cool little thing in itself. A little, not many people have like a ticket, I guess they didn't use, but
Yeah, I mean, it's a ticket to the opening night, like one of the first showings.
Yeah.
Plus, she gets the popcorn bucket and cup, unused. So
now, mind you, we still have those popcorn buckets. I hate to tell you, Jared, but we still have them in the back. I was selling them yesterday. I'm still selling them. Now, we don't have very many left, but right after that opening weekend, you do not have to buy a ticket anymore. You can just buy the combo. So people were just buying the combo. As long as it's not a crazy amount. Because we did have a guy, opening weekend, we had about 4 or 5 people come in. This one dude in a fucking hoodie wanted like 30 of them. He came in and was like, you got the Taylor Swift bucket? And he was like, can I get 30 of them? We're like, yeah, we have to have a ticket with him. And he was like, oh, and he just scurried off. So...
No.
Yeah.
I have a similar-ish story.
Oh, really?
But for my audience. So, 2 of them, actually. So when I went to go see the movie at the beginning of the year, Scream 6, they were doing the popcorn buckets. And my girlfriend is a huge Scream fan, and we were like, well, if we find one, we'll get one. We walk into our local Cinemark, and they had them. So we just bought one. We didn't get like the drink ones or anything, because there were some cool like drink cups and stuff. But we got the popcorn bucket of Ghostface's like head, and so we have one of those. And for Saw X, they were doing something similar because now she's a big Saw fan, so there's a Billy the Puppet popcorn container, and there's another one that's it looks more like a popcorn bucket, but it has like LED lights in it. And instead of doing what we did for Scream, where we just walked into the theater and were like, we're gonna buy these, like, if they have them, she was like, I need these now, we gotta buy them. So I bought them online back in September. Still haven't got anything on it yet.
Really? I think you've
we
been
go
scammed.
to Saw X opening night, and they have the popcorn bucket.
Really?
I have an email saying your purchase has been made, basically. Like, your order is confirmed, and the thing is, like, nobody's gotten them yet. So it's not even just us, it's everybody who pre-ordered them, nobody got them yet.
Really?
Yep.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you.
All right.
Yep.
So while Matt's getting pissed off that he's gonna, get his money back.
I want my horror popcorn containers. It was like $20.
That's how they get you.
That popcorn bucket, the Taylor Swift one, the 1985 woo woo woo.
89, Matthew.
So it's funny because trick or treating yesterday, somebody had one of those full of candy.
Did you beat them?
I was gonna burn their house down. I'm just kidding. I'm just goofing and gaffing. But yeah, it was. Yeah, I see them all the time. Our Cinemark has them stocked.
Well, what, the Taylor Swift bucket or?
Yeah, the Taylor Swift bucket.
I have a question though. Is it the black bucket that looks like a popcorn bucket, or is it the pink one that looks like a tin?
Oh, what?
So there's 2 of them. There's one that looks like like one of the.
It's like
tins.
the black.
Yeah.
It's like a black plastic one.
Yeah, it looks like the ones you get like McDonald's.
Oh, so there's like a tin?
Yeah, there's one that's a tin
so.
that is like 3D kind of, where it's the cup design, but it's on a tin. It's kind of like.
Sure that's AMC's.
Yeah, I think it is AMC. But you're our Cinemark affiliate, I guess. The last time I went to Cinemark was to see House of 1,000 Corpses. Still not a fan of that movie. And it was a weird experience. It was a weird experience.
I have some words about that movie.
Okay. Well, anything else, Jared, about the Arrow story you want to talk about?
I got nothing else.
Do you think it lives up to the hype? Because this was touted as, like, the biggest movie. I mean, it's made the most money almost. Like, almost Barbenheimer levels.
Kind of like I said earlier, I don't think it did for me, but I think if you were a big fan and couldn't see it in person, then I think it probably did.
So.
Yeah, if you're a middle-aged mom with some, like, 15-year-olds.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the demographic. But, all right,
Yep.
Well, we'll move on to, basically Taylor Swift, like, the second one. Killers of the Flower Moon. So, when did you see Killers of the Flower Moon, Jared?
I saw it the Friday it came out. So, like, came out, I guess, that Thursday night. I saw it the next day.
I don't remember when I saw it.
I think you saw it that night, didn't you?
Did I see it before you? Yeah. Oh, yeah, because I went back home. Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
So I saw it that opening Thursday. Yeah, so I think everyone kind of knows about Kills of the Flower Moon. The story behind it. Jared, you probably know a little bit more than me about the story, to be honest.
A little bit, but probably not.
Yeah, well, yeah, everyone knows the understanding. Leonardo DiCaprio, was it Lily Gladstone or Robert De Niro, Martin Scorsese movie? You get what you expect, I guess. Runtime of 3.5 hours.
Yikes.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know what it was about this movie, but I thought it was okay. It was very long. I did see it at the 10:15 showing, I think.
That'll do it.
So we got out of there like 1 or whatever. That was pretty brutal. I think that definitely affected it because when I saw the Batman, I had the same experience. It was about a 3-hour movie. We saw it at the 10 o'clock showing. And I got up to go take a piss multiple times without giving a fuck. I had no idea what was going on. All I know is Nirvana kept playing like every 15 minutes. I enjoyed that a lot more than this. And when it comes to long movies for this year, people are saying that this movie was better paced than Oppenheimer. I don't believe that. I think Oppenheimer is a way better movie in general. I think the pacing was a lot better. For this, I definitely felt the 3.5 hours. Lily Gladstone, I think definitely stole the whole movie. She really carried it. Anytime she was on screen, I really felt that she was the best part and she captured my attention. But beyond that, I think everyone else did a good job, but I just think it wasn't my movie. I think maybe if I rewatch it sometime, which I doubt I'll ever do, but if I ever do, I think I might enjoy it a little bit more. Maybe if I'm well rested and not after work. But Jared, I know you were a fan of it, so
Before I start my opinion on it, I want to ask you, what was your opinion on the Brendan Fraser's performance?
So, mind you, I'm a guy that liked Tom Hanks and Elvis, so I like kind of goofy performances. I thought he was good. I liked his performance. John Lithgow, I liked him, even though they were very small roles. I knew they were going to be small roles, but I thought everyone in the movie did a pretty good job acting. I don't think anyone acted bad in the movie.
Yeah, I just want to ask, I know a lot of people hated his performance in that, and I didn't think it was terrible.
Yeah.
I think it was, Scorsese's never going to allow something like that, if it wasn't intended.
Yeah.
So I think, his whole, overarching, vibeness and, controllingness, I think was,
Well,
intended.
everyone's on such a high about The Whale that they're like, oh, so everything he's going to make after this is going to be perfect, And it's not like every Oscar-winning actor is going to, be perfect all the time. So.
Yeah, but honestly, I really enjoyed it. I will agree, I think Oppenheimer was better, but I still really enjoyed the movie. I agree. I think Lily Gladstone honestly probably had the best performance of the year.
I think she just won the Oscar.
Yeah.
I think she does.
I don't know. I think she's going to be in the best actress. I don't think it's going to be supporting actress.
No, she has to be best. There's no way she's supporting. She's got to be best actress.
I don't know. I've seen both. I think it's going to be best actress, though.
I think she's going to win best actress.
Either way, I think she's going to win. Leo was fine. I think Robert De Niro was really good, but I think I would take Robert Downey Jr. over him in Oppenheimer.
Yeah, I would. I mean, personally, I think everyone in Oppenheimer. The thing about Oppenheimer, though, I'll mention real quick, is that there are points where I think the acting's a little wacky, but I think it's fine. I think Rami Malek's character, or Rami Malek, is just kind of wonky, but that just kind of goes on the fact that he won an Oscar for Bohemian Rhapsody, but it's not all of his performances are gonna be that perfect. There's that.
I don't know. I like this character.
I liked it, but I think I've seen it 30 times. I've literally seen that movie almost 30 times.
Oh.
So every time I see him when he drops the freaking clipboard and he gets up, I see that freaking face of his, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, what the hell am I looking at? It's so goofy. He's just oh. But I love that movie. But anyways, back to you, Jared.
Yeah, so, like I said, I really liked it. Especially the ending. I think the ending blew me away. The whole, them on stage, reading, the...
It's like a murder mystery.
Yeah, that whole scene, And Martin Scorsese coming out, I was blown away.
I was blown away at the fact that Jack White makes a cameo appearance. You know who Jack White is? Yeah, he's a Seven Nation Army dude. He's the guy. He's the actor with the slick down hair. One of the actors on the radio thing. That's what got me. So I'm sitting there like, what the fuck am I looking at? I was literally like, I was standing up. That I'm gonna be honest. The ending was kind of cool. That got me like my jaw was like, what the fuck am I looking at? Just because it was Jack White, and I was like, I bet you Scorsese's gonna come out because the way that they're playing it. And I was waiting. I was like, maybe not. And then he comes out, and I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. What the hell?
Yeah, so I did not realize that was Jack White.
That is Jack White, yeah.
But,
that's what blew my mind. Because I saw him, I was like, holy shit, that's Jack White. What am I looking at?
yeah, so like I said, I think the ending was, like, insane. I think all the scenes with, like, the owl were really cool as well.
Yeah. It's not a bad movie. I just think my girlfriend said it best that it should have been a TV series. It should have just been cut up into like 5 episodes, 30 minutes long. I think it would have flowed better.
That's fair. I think now that like those like miniseries are becoming more popular, I think you can make the case for that for a lot of things. But I really liked it. It's definitely in the top tiers of my movies this year. I think it's going to be a big competition between that and Oppenheimer in most categories for the Oscars this
I can't
year.
think of another movie that'd be. Maybe Barbie might be
Barbie
there,
would
but
be
I
up
doubt
there.
it.
I have one.
Oh, what's yours?
We'll get to that.
Oh, okay.
And I think like Past Lives is up there, but like there's not too much else. Like it's going to be those two at the top. Especially with like
The Holdovers might make it on there.
Holdovers should be pretty good. But like Dune was like one that would have been up there, but was sadly taken away from us.
I've heard the first Dune's okay, but the more you watch, it's kind of like,
But yeah, that's all I got for it. So.
It's a Scorsese movie. I'll give you that. I felt parts of it were really slow and boring, but it was better than The Creator. Good God, The Creator was 2 hours long. That felt like it was 10 hours long. Holy shit. But, yeah, so that's what we got on Killers of the Flower Moon. I guess I'll throw my opinions out on the Exorcists Believer. Now, Exorcists Believer, not getting the best reviews. Let me check Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes has it at a 22 right now. IMDb at 5.5 or 5 out of 10. It was okay. It was not 22%. It wasn't that bad. It was okay.
You sure about that?
It was it wasn't very scary. There was some. Think about David Gordon Green, the guy who did this. He also did the Halloween trilogy. Even though I don't like the Halloween sequels, as in
There we go.
kills and ends, I don't hate them exactly, I guess, but I like the way they look, and he kind of puts that over in this movie. He has that style, and it was just an okay movie. I've seen worse. I've definitely seen better. I'm curious to see where they go from here because I guess it's supposed to be a planned trilogy. Yeah, there's not much to say really about The Exorcist Believer, to be honest. It's not as bad. If you're looking for a good horror movie, I wouldn't watch this. But if you're looking for just a Halloween movie, just something to throw on for the Halloween time, I thought it did an okay job.
So you think it'd be good as like a background movie? Like something you have on like a party in like the background? Like something you're not paying attention
really,
to.
Like scary or anything you really got to focus on. I mean, it was just kind of I guess it was a movie. But it looked nice. Better than The Creator. I'll give it that. That's going to be our rating scale. We're just going to have like Oppenheimer and then something in the middle, and then it's just, is it better than The Creator? Is it worse than The Creator?
So I will have to, because I've never seen the movie. I have no intent on seeing it. I don't really care if it like paranormal movies. They're kind of boring. How are the effects?
So the effects, they're practical for most of it seems.
Yes, it's the effects artist is Christopher Nelson, the guy who did Halloween 2018.
So the practical effects are
he's in a bunch
perfectly
of-
fine. They look fine.
Okay.
There's like stuff where like a nail gets ripped off or something that looks pretty good. There is a part at the end though, spoilers, where the demon comes out of the kid's mouth or whatever, and there's a fire that looks like it is from the 90s. It does not look good at all. Especially this like weird green fog effect coming out of the mouth. It was not. That
Awesome.
was really bad. That was the one that stood out. I was like, holy shit, that's not good. But like it looked like something you could do in like hit films, like some college kid did.
Yeah.
I won't. Jared, do you care to see the movie?
Not at all.
Okay, he has no care. Matthew, do you care to see the movie?
I do not.
Okay. So at the end of the movie, I'll just spoil it here. So the two girls, the whole thing is that one of them has to die or whatever. That's like what they were touting in the trailers or whatever. And so they're both like about to die, and they're like, choose one, doing their whole Exorcist voice stuff. Fuck me, fuck me. They do not say your mother sucks cocks in hell. Blah, blah. They do not do that. I wish they would have. But no, there's a scene where at the very end where they're in the chair and the dad of the white I don't remember their names to be honest. The white kids' dad, they're like the rich family, and the dad goes, "I choose you, honey," and so then the black girl dies. Or so it's supposed to be believed. But then the black girl, it has to do with the scarf that the mother had in this whole thing. And she comes back to life, and the daughter dies. And the daughter, like, actually dies. Like, that's just it. So the daughter actually dies in the movie, which is ballsy. I figured they would have just went with, like, one guy would have died or whatever. But no, the daughter actually dies, which I thought was interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I can't say the words. Interesting aspect was they brought back the mother from the original Exorcist. I thought she was good. I'm a fan of movies, so I like this idea of kind of having legacy characters coming back and stuff. I thought she was good. She's a very small role. The very ending. So what happens like halfway through is that one of the girls stabs her eyeballs out, and so she's blind and she can't see.
Yeah, I've seen the effects of it.
Yeah. So she can't see, so she's in the hospital, and at the very end of the movie, she's like, because it shows the black guy walking in the hospital, the father, and he comes walking in the hospital, and she's like, whatever the guy's name is, I don't remember, and it's Reagan, it's Reagan, the girl.
Nice.
So she shows up. She's like, "No, Mom, it's me," or whatever. Because the whole time she's saying how she hasn't seen Reagan in so many years, she's left and hasn't talked to her and all this. So it was cool that she came in. I hope I hope in the sequel they have more of Reagan and the mom or something.
Was it actually Linda Blair?
It was Linda Blair. Yeah, it was
That's
actually
awesome.
Linda Blair. She goes, "No, Mom, it's me," and that's basically it. And they hug.
Her head starts spinning around.
Yeah. Fuck me. Blah, blah, blah. But weird thing is, some people were mentioning it. It is kind of goofy. Is that sometimes I kind of liked it though, but they would, if they're talking about something, they'll like jump cut like for a frame, like a demon face or something, like just for a frame. It just like pop up for a second when they're talking about something, and I kind of liked it. It was also kind of stupid, but I liked it. But there were some things that I thought were good. It's just, I don't know. I hope on the sequel they work on it. Like, there were cool things where, like, she'll be talking to the dad, and, like, in the background randomly something will appear. But it's just a normal conversation. When it cuts back and forth, it, like, disappears for a second. So stuff like that happens, which is cool. But it's very little. But it's better than the creator. I'll just give it that. But, what else do we got to talk about? I think that's all I got for Exorcists Believer. It's okay. I believe we'll be talking about Five Nights at Freddy's now. Matt, do you want to kick it off with Five Nights at Freddy's? Do you want to talk about it?
Yes. I would love to talk about Five Nights at
Okay,
Freddy's.
you want to talk about like your history behind it? Like me and you, we're brothers. So like we kind of grew up around.
Yeah, spoiler
We
alert.
kind of grew up around this, so I feel like you and me both have kind of similar
We
experiences.
also kind of grew up around each other. So, unfortunately. So, in 2014, this little indie horror game came out called Five Nights at Freddy's. And I remember seeing this Markiplier guy make his video on it. And I watched probably the first 3 minutes and said, this is stupid. And that's it. Couple I'll say even weeks later, because the second one came out very shortly after the first one did. And I probably rewatched the video and was like, alright, this is interesting. So I was getting into Five Nights at Freddy's, and then Five Nights at Freddy's 2 had the whole, that's whenever he started doing, Scott Cawthon started doing the Scott Games teasers where he would post a picture and it would be kind of cryptic and stuff, and it's just really it was just really interesting for me. But so it'd be all these teasers for Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and then Five Nights at Freddy's 2 came out, and there was a lot more lore in the game because the first one just kind of has there's a poster on the wall that changes at certain times and stuff. So normally it's a rule poster, but then it says, oh, there's a missing children's incident where a bunch of kids went missing.
Has anyone ever confirmed if Scott Cawthon, the creator, this was all planned, or was it he was just going per game?
He
was just
said,
fuck it, I'm making it.
He said on the first one that no, there was no overarching story,
Which makes
but
sense.
I think
yeah.
when the second one, he was starting to be okay, this is where I kind of wanted to go. Which even as up to the fourth one, he was still changing stuff. The ending of Five Nights at Freddy's 4, there is a box that says some things are best left forgotten. And it's this locked box, and you can click on the locks, and it doesn't open. But he stated that the contents of that box have changed because the books added new lore and stuff.
Yeah.
So the books add certain things, and then whenever Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location came out, the custom night came out, and the ending. There's a voice that says, "Father, it's me, Michael," and everybody lost their mind because the only other Michael in the game was Mike Schmidt from the first game, and people had this whole theory that Michael Afton, who
William Afton
is William Afton's son, is the Night Guard in every single game, and in 4, and in Security Breach, which Security Breach makes the most, or not, Sister Location makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Because that actually is him kind of, but it's weird. It's a lot of, there's a lot of retconning and
There's a lot of
still
a lot of lore, which we're gonna get an interesting perspective from Jared, who probably doesn't know anything. So
one of the first events ever in the games you learn about is the Bite of 87.
The Bite of
That's
87.
Still never confirmed. That's still never confirmed. I like to say it's what happens in FNAF 4. I think the 1983 on the TV is just to say that's the establishing date. Because it'd be weird why a TV would say Fazbear and Friends 1983 and be if it's new, but
Dude,
I don't know.
I couldn't even tell you.
It's so
the lore,
confusing.
But, so you do have a well background, which I feel like I have. It was we were definitely part of our childhood, the kind of peak of Five Nights at Freddy's
Yeah.
within those couple games that came out.
Yep.
But when it comes to the film, how did you feel about it?
So, I'm going to have the strongest opinion ever. Because this is my childhood. I walked into this movie, sat through all hour and, or however long, it was 2 hours.
2 hours, yeah.
I don't know. because it was almost 3 hours. I remember that. I remember people saying there's like a cut that's almost 3 hours.
Which makes sense. There's some things that are kind of it feels very spliced
Yeah.
together, but yeah.
I walked out of the theater, no complaints, nothing wrong with the movie. I thought it was the best movie of the year so far. There was never a single dull moment, except there were some like story beats that I kind of was like, all right, and there was like just some weird like lines of dialogue or something where I was like, okay. But other than that, literally, this movie is perfect to me. It's
Really?
everything I could have wanted, and there were scenes that I was shaking, like, oh my god, like, I'll just kind of go into like
Well, we'll get into
spoilers a
spoilers
little
after
bit.
we get our thoughts.
Oh, all right,
Yeah.
all right.
So you definitely like the movie, though.
I love this movie. It is perfect in every single way.
All right.
Even the scenes people say they hate
Which
so much
we'll
and say
get
the
into,
movie,
don't worry. Yeah.
I love it. It's perfect. Nothing about this movie's bad.
Yeah. I mean, I go into my thoughts. I thought it was good. I don't think I loved it as much as you. However, I did have appreciation. I had a smile basically the entire time.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of stuff that you pick up on. You're like, okay, yep, I know where this is going. The animatronics themselves, though, being done by Jim Henson, the Muppets guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they are all practical. The
Yep.
animatronics are all practical, real animatronics, and they were done by Jim Henson.
So
and they're crazy.
So there are animatronics, and there are also people in costumes.
Which makes
But
sense.
I think
yeah,
they use the
yeah.
animatronics more.
You can kind of tell
Also-
you can kind of tell when the people were in a costume. You know.
During production, Foxy's arm caught on fire and nearly burned the set down.
Really?
Yes, it was like one of the final shots or something, like final things they shot for the movie, and Foxy's arm caught on fire, and they thought they were gonna lose the entire movie. They thought they were gonna lose the set and everything.
Well, this movie's been in development hell for 8 years or so. Like I remember when the first trailer, like the exoskeleton
Yes.
came out, and everyone was freaking out in like 2016, and then here we are, fucking 2023. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I feel like the score on Rotten Tomatoes definitely says it all. How the critics are giving it like a 32 or whatever, but the audience
Yeah, the
score,
critics gave it a 26.
is it 26?
It's 26.
The audience score though was at 89 last time I checked, so it makes complete sense to me. There are stuff I will get into spoilers that were possibly the best, almost best thing I've seen in this entire year, which Jared has no idea.
Mhm.
He watched it. I imagine it was like, what the okay, yep, But for like me and Matthew, it was like the craziest thing. I saw it in a theater with about 50 people
Yeah.
in it, and they were all losing their
Dude.
goddamn mind.
People were screaming.
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
awesome.
We'll get into it, but yeah, it was fucking insane. Yeah. But like, seeing that's another thing is that it came out on Peacock the same day, which automatically scared me because that's what happened with the Halloween sequels. And I was like, ah, shit. But I thought it was a fine movie, but there were moments in it that were really like, this is exactly what Finds a Phrase people wanted. Especially the ending.
It's
Good
definitely
Lord.
it's definitely a movie for fans and people who don't really like know much, like Jared might not appreciate.
Well, the
it
thing
as
is,
much.
that I already know there's already like a whole trilogy planned for this one too, which I hope.
So
Personally, I hope
it
they
has
make
the
these,
Blum.
Like, I hope they make these like Saw movies where they come out. If they came out with one of these each year, I would see it every time in theaters opening weekend.
Oh yeah, I feel like it's a Blumhouse thing that every Blumhouse movie has a trilogy.
Well, they're trying to milk the fuck out of it, but I think this.
Like every Blumhouse movie made just a ridiculous amount of money. 'Cause
Oh.
it's so cheap to make these
Yeah.
movies, and they just made like Five Nights at Freddy's already profited like 100 million or something like that.
Yeah, it was
Oh, yeah,
profiting. It was
it's-
profiting just on the streaming rights. I heard, like the streaming rights alone were
Yeah.
like $100 million. They already made their money back just by that. So to be honest, if they make it like a yearly thing, if they come out with a Finds a Phrase movie yearly, kind of like how the games were, I think it'd make a lot of money, and I would be happy to see them, just like the Saw movies.
Dude, the Five Nights at Freddy's movies, I don't know if you, or the games, I don't know if you knew this, the first 3 came out within like 6 months of each other.
Oh, I remember. Because it was like, release date's like the end of next year, and then it just randomly dropped like 2 weeks later.
Yeah, it would pop out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But, Jared, how do you feel about the Five Nights at Freddy's movie?
Yeah, so as Josh mentioned, I didn't know much about. I knew a little bit. I knew like the animatronics and the bite of 87 and that kind
You
of.
knew the memes and the basic ideas.
Yeah, the basic ideas and stuff, but nothing, not as much as these guys. I thought it was all right. I didn't think it was scary enough. I expected it to be a lot scarier. I thought it was very predictable. I think I pretty much knew exactly what was going to happen from the beginning. So I just felt like there wasn't a lot of suspense there. But I think I guess the pros of the movie, the animatronics were really cool. The set design was really cool. I think Matthew Lillard was really good.
He's the best part.
Yeah, 100%. Matthew Lillard was really good, which was kind of to be expected. Those were definitely like the good points of it, but like I said, it just was not scary for me.
Yeah.
And I was expecting it to be a lot scarier. Like I think there was really only like one thing in it that I think was like somewhat scary or graphic. Like I wish they would have done an R-rated cut, but
it's funny because I went into the movie not realizing it was a horror game at all. I forgot that it was a horror game.
Really? How the hell?
So I was like I don't know. It like didn't click with me. Like I sat in the theater because I think the last movie I watched was like Saw X or something. Or no, the last movie I saw in theaters was House of a Thousand Corpses. So like that's like a completely different movie.
Exactly what you want, Jared. House of a Thousand Corpses is like the horror movie.
Oh yeah, but like this, I don't know why, but like I was like, oh, I forgot this game is like just jump scares basically. But I think because I was so interested in the story of like the games and stuff that I was just like, I wasn't expecting this to be scary at all. I was just wanting something.
Exactly how I felt. Although it's funny though, because for the game basically about jump scares, I can't name you very many jump scares that were actually in the film.
Are we getting in? I guess this isn't really a spoiler, but like I think the only like jump scares were that clown. Like
Exactly. So he's a Balloon Boy.
Balloon
Boy.
Balloon Boy is the only kind of jump scare that probably got anyone, but
oh yeah,
which was an ongoing joke. So I thought that was good. But I think it's a stepping stone to see what they need to do better, or like it's gonna be a stepping stone to see later movies what's gonna happen. And I'm very excited to see what they do.
Yeah, I mean, I said, I wasn't the biggest fan. I thought it was all right, but I think if they made another one, I'd watch it. Like, it was fine enough that I would watch another one. Just because, like I said, the animatronics and stuff were so cool that I think I'd give it another shot. If I think the story could be better, but...
Well, I think the way that this one ends just leads into a better story overall. Like, this could... really get into stuff, which we can get into spoilers too if you want.
Yeah, I am on the edge of my seat right now.
That's probably honestly the moment when Springtrap comes out. I guess he's not Springtrap. Is he considered Springtrap at that point?
So technically he's Spring Bonnie at the moment.
When he comes walking out, that is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. When he comes just walking out kind of hunched over, I was like, holy shit.
The theater was screaming.
That's what mine was like. They were literally losing their fucking mind. Like, they were jumping up and down. Someone threw a fucking cup across the theater. I was like, holy shit, what is going on? Like, it was insane. Jared, how was your feelings when the golden guy came out?
So it came out, and I was like, holy shit, it's Matthew Lillard.
It's funny. It's funny because it's like you're not supposed to know that it's him.
But I feel like everyone knew it was him.
Yeah, like
yeah.
I feel like
everybody knew it was him, but you weren't really supposed to know at first.
Yeah,
but because like it's supposed to be like he's the Steve Raglan or whatever.
yeah. I mean, I guess like I don't know. I feel like anybody who knew the lore knew that was Matthew Lillard, right? But as
Oh,
somebody
yeah.
who
Yeah,
didn't
no.
know any of the lore, I was like, oh, it's Matthew. Like I knew from like once I first saw him, I was like, all right, Matthew Lillard kidnapped this guy's brother. Like I feel like from the beginning, like I knew that the entire time. That's what I mean about it being very predictable. Like I think I just kind of knew that like every single thing that was going to happen happened.
Well, I was terrified. I was thinking, I was like, what if they would have done the woman who was revealed as the daughter would have been in the suit? If that would have happened, I think the movie would have just bombed. But if Matthew Lillard was not in the suit, it would have been a twist, but I think everyone would have been fucking pissed. Like, it would have been rough.
Because, like, I think Matthew Lillard in that scene was maybe my favorite part of the movie. Or at least one.
That whole ending was
like
the entire movie for me, yeah.
Because, like, I would have liked it so much less without that part, I think.
Oh, yeah, it would have been an okay movie. It'd be like, okay, it's cool to see these things, but as soon as he walks out, that's like stuck in my brain. Him crawling out. We are also watching the Steelers game right now, so James Harrison is on the screen.
Oh.
But yeah, go Steelers.
But like the movie, I had this feeling, especially whenever our main night guard Mike and they like never say his name until like once in like the movie, but it's Mike Schmidt from the first game, and Vanessa, who's very weird because she doesn't show up until Security Breach, which is the newest game in the franchise, which takes place in like 2040 whatever. It takes place in the future.
Yeah.
But so they have like this little moment where they're talking on like this like he's talking about how he closes his eyes to dream of his brother getting like kidnapped so he can find out the guy who did it, and in that moment I realized that like Mike is all of the theorist, because he's like, I might sound crazy and stuff, and it's like, dude, when the first shot you see of the movie, other than there is another security guard who gets killed, who actually was supposed to be Markiplier, but he was too busy filming his movie Iron Lung. But the opening kill was supposed to be Markiplier, but they couldn't get him.
Oh, really?
But the first shot you see of Mike Schmidt, Josh Hutcherson, is that his?
Yeah. PETA.
His character, which I thought he was perfect. I thought he was amazing. He's so goofy and silly.
I thought he did a pretty good job.
The first thing you see is a book called Dream Theory, and the alarm clock from the sound is from the fourth game. But I laughed the first time I saw Dream Theory, because that's one of the most controversial theories in the entire franchise.
Well, it's just
is that
a theory,
everything's
Matt.
a dream, especially. We'll get to that. So there's like little hints and nods like that, and then when I saw the fucking restaurant say Sparky's, I was screaming, because the first hoax ever in the 5 Minutes of Freddy's universe, basically, the first hoax ever was this hidden animatronic called Sparky the dog. He was not real, but everybody was like, I found Sparky in my game. So whenever I see a restaurant called Sparky's,
Don't they have the dog in the?
I was like,
in the movie too.
Yeah. So they do have a dog animatronic that is supposed to be Sparky, and I thought that was hilarious, because like he's not real in the game. He's not like canon in the universe. So they just made him canon, I guess.
Really? That's.
But
I mean,
this
it
restaurant
was a fan service
scene.
movie.
Oh yeah, this restaurant scene. I knew from the first time this waiter spoke, I knew who it was. Because I knew that high-pitched voice from anywhere.
Hey, it's
They got Matt Pat, the game theorist. And it was, the audience was all over the place. Everyone's like, what? Is that? And my girlfriend looks at me and she's like, why is everybody like freaking out? And then the camera pans, and it's Matt Pat.
Like.
And she goes, holy shit!
Like, I'm not even kidding. When they showed Matt Pat and when they showed Springtrap at the end, it was like Spider-Man No Way Home levels. Like, people were losing their goddamn mind.
Yeah, I thought this was just gonna be like another like, you know, oh, we just made a movie basically, but it's gonna have some little Easter eggs and stuff. I wasn't expecting Matt Pat to be there. And then
it was crazy.
he said the funny line. He said, "It's just a theory." And then everybody, audience applauding. It was crazy. Some other notable things. Other notable things were when the plot of the movie is our main character Mike is like watching over his like little sister Abby, who like Mike's parents are dead, and or like his mom's dead and his dad left, and so on and so forth. So there's like a plot where the first thing is Mike loses his job at the mall because he punches a man.
Beats the shit out of that guy in that.
He beats the shit out of a guy in front of his own kid, but how you see it, it does look like the dad's like a stranger or something. Also, fun fact, in that scene, the restaurant or the ice cream parlor he's at, that rainbow character is from FNAF World. So I had a little smile on my face there. I thought that was funny.
Which even
that's actually one of the hardest bosses in that game.
Yeah, like someone like me who's at a very base level enjoyed it a lot, and I feel like the more deeper you were into the FNAF lore, you definitely probably liked it even more.
Oh, yeah. No, there was a couple scenes that really had me like, I was like, oh, yeah, awesome. One of the, I'm kind of jumping all over the place, but, so, like, the plot is, he gets a new job because,
well, yeah, he gets
like, his aunt's trying,
he gets a new job.
His aunt's trying to take, his sister away from him because he's like, you're unfit to raise a kid, basically. And so it's like, you find out that like the babysitter he's hiring is like in on the whole thing with the aunt, and there's like this ragtag group of, it's like the aunt, or it's not the aunt, it's the babysitter and like some other guy. I don't really remember the relations, but it's like, yeah, it's like her brother and stuff, which her brother, the first time I saw him, I saw his shirt, and he's wearing a shirt of the minigame Midnight Motorist, which is one of the most not controversial, but it's like one of the most insane minigames in the Five Nights at Freddy's universe, because all it is a racing game, but if you go off the road, you're in like a completely different minigame where you're driving and you stop at a bar, or it's like a restaurant called Junior's. Person there tells you you can't be here anymore, and then you go to a house, and the person there's a person on a couch, and they say like, you should, like, he wants to be left alone or whatever, and your character shakes on the door and it's like locked, and you walk outside and the window of that like locked room is shattered, and there are footprints leading out into the woods, and by the trees there are two like mascot footprints like staring at the window, and our character is like, oh, he's run off to that place again, but there is no like, is this purple guy, because he's actually like yellow or something, but it's like, is this purple guy or whatever. So when I saw this character wear a Midnight Motorist shirt, I was like, oh no, this is gonna get crazy all of a sudden.
I kind of wish they would have had Matthew Lillard's character in like a purple tie or something, or some sort of purple, just to tease maybe a little bit of the purple guy lore, because he kind of just jumps the shark with that. Just kind of goes right into, yep, it's him.
Yeah, and like in the books, he does have like aliases he goes by and stuff. But yeah, no, that shirt made it. That whole scene where they break into the Freddy Fazbear's and try and destroy the place is the greatest. It's great.
I love when Foxy was just standing at the end of the hallway. I mean, just kind of
Yeah, Foxy gets some attacks. I understand why the movie name was called Bad Cupcake for a while, because the cupcake is like like the biggest villain in this movie. He's like chewing on this guy's face, and yeah, he's getting some kills in.
Well, what was funny is that we can talk a little bit about the kids. Is that they have 5 kids, right? That they show, and my girlfriend and I were kind of confused at first because she was like, "Is the blonde one supposed to be the cupcake?" And then afterwards, I saw that it was Golden Freddy, which made a lot more sense.
Yeah, it's Golden Freddy.
Okay, because I was like, "What the fuck?" Yeah. It was a fun movie. I'll say it's a very, very fun movie. I don't think I've seen a movie as exciting as this in theater, especially the ending. Which, when the springs were going off, the crowd was going insane. When he's sitting there at the very end, when he's sitting in the closet, kind of FNAF 3 like, holy shit.
So, one scene that really got me was I'll talk about this scene real quick. There's a scene where all the animatronics, Abby, Vanessa, and Mike, are building a fort.
Yeah, the fort building.
The audience.
This was my girlfriend's favorite part of the movie.
Really?
She loved this scene.
The audience loved this scene.
Yeah,
I love this scene. My girlfriend loves this scene. The internet fucking hates it.
I thought it was goofy.
They're like, this is so dumb. I'm like, these are silly. And then I'm like, my girlfriend's like, they're kids.
Yeah.
Like, they're literally just children. And I'm like, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
What I've said,
but the internet is like, they're like, this is horrible, this is dumb. But, dude, like, when Bonnie falls over, and they're like, are you okay? And he puts the thumbs up, entire audience was laughing.
Dude,
I thought it was the greatest movie.
It was goofy. It was a fun experience. Because, like, the Five Nights at Freddy's games are crazy. Like, the 4th one gets a little fucking too dark.
Oh.
But then beyond that, it's just goofy.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's funny because 1 through 3 were supposed to be the only games. And then people complained that 3 wasn't scary at all. So he made 4, which is actually terrifying.
Yeah, he said, okay,
you're
make
in
the
like
scariest game. Like, that game's fucking
because
fun.
you're in a bedroom, and you have to... The whole gameplay is unlike the other ones where you have, like, doors or, like, a flashlight. The gameplay mechanic is you go up to a door, and you have to listen to hear breathing.
Yeah.
And if you shine your flashlight while that happens, you get jump scared. But you have to listen for breathing, and you can't listen for too long or they'll jump scare you. You have to shut the door, and it's freaky.
Yeah, I remember. That game's hard, too.
Yeah, it is. But, the movie was great. One of the scenes that really had me, like, out of my seat was, really small scene, but when Abby's hiding from the animatronics because, Mike is like, yeah, you guys can have her. And he's like, wait, no! Don't do that. The animatronics are kind of all after her, and he gets like Bonnie and Freddy down, which is funny, and like he stops Chica. Foxy has one of the greatest scenes in this movie where she's hiding behind an arcade cabinet, and I knew as soon as she was hiding behind the arcade cabinet what this reference was. In the opening like paragraph of the book, The Silver Eyes, the main character is like having like a dream where she's hiding in the arcade, and Foxy is going through like each of the machines the same exact way. Now in the book he's like slamming his hook in like the screens and stuff, like shattering the arcade machines, but this one he's just kind of like chasing her. It was awesome. And also the ending where all the animatronics are pulling Springtrap into the closet, that's from the book too. But yeah, it's so awesome. I have no like. Also, the post credit scene, not the mid credit balloon boy.
The post credit scene now. So there's the one with that YouTuber in the car, the taxi one with the balloon boy.
Yeah.
So there was one after that. I didn't even stay for it because I looked up and they were like, "There's no other one after that." But there was one.
I stayed for it. Holy shit! So in FNAF 3, I want to say, there is a mini game, or it's 3 or 2. I think it's 3. and it's the save them mini game, and there's this voice. It's this robotic voice that spells save them. So it says like each individual letter, and the end of this movie, like after the mid-credit funny Corey Kenshin Balloon Boy, it spells "Come find me," and some people are thinking that's the puppet from the second game. I don't know. It's crazy,
So a lot of people
but
think it's the puppet and it's the kid as the puppet. His brother is going to be the puppet.
yeah,
Which, here's the thing about Five Nights at Freddy's, which I like this movie, is that Five Nights at Freddy's can get really dark really quick. If you do it,
Yeah.
if you do it right, it can get really fucking dark. Which you kind of get just a little bit at the end, but like if
Yeah.
you were to make it like Five Nights at Freddy's 4 level, it'd probably be the scary movie everyone is expecting. But
and I know you haven't actually got too far into the game. I think you stopped after like 4 or like Sister Location or
Sister
something.
Location was the last one I
But-
can really remember being like, okay.
So Pizzeria Simulator, which was like a joke
Oh, I
game,
did
like
play
people
that.
thought it was just like a joke
I
game.
actually like the
That has one
simulator
of-
part of it.
That has the greatest ending of all time, and you find out that the puppet is the. So there were 2 creators of the restaurant. There's Henry and William Afton. Henry, I think his last name in the book's Emily, but it's like not confirmed in like games or anything. His daughter is the first person to die, and she becomes the puppet.
So you think there's gonna be a sister? Vanessa's gonna have a sister or something?
So it's. I think they're gonna introduce Henry in the next movie, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, my kid went missing," and it's gonna be his business partner who literally kidnapped and killed her. But yeah, because that's like one of the craziest things about the whole story is like it literally starts off 2 business partners, and one guy's just like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna kill your daughter and throw her in an alleyway." But yeah, I heard the "Come Find Me," and I was like, okay, this is gonna be like the greatest franchise
How'd you
ever.
feel about the living tombstone
But-
at the end? That was probably
That was
also
crazy.
That was absolutely insane. Hearing that song in a
Yeah.
theater, I was like, "What the hell?" Jared, how'd you feel about that?
Yeah.
I kind of expected it though.
Oh, you know the song?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy just expects everything.
I was like, Jared's probably like, okay. And I'm like, I was sitting there like, people are losing their mind in the theater just by the credits song. Like, oh my god.
Yeah. It's funny because it was Living Tombstone, Five Nights at Freddy's song. Everybody's like, oh my god, this is so crazy, and like everybody's like kind of like living it up. And then the mid-credit Balloon Boy, everybody's like, oh, that's a funny laugh. It was like a roaring laugh. And then the Come Find Me, everybody was like, what?
Yeah.
I had the best theater experience ever at this
Like,
movie.
this was like what I remember. Like, it was the closest thing to like a Marvel movie I can remember. Like when I saw like
Yeah.
No Way Home. Like this is the next
Yeah.
thing to that, where it was like people were losing their fucking mind.
Yeah, this was like the Avengers Endgame of.
It really was. It's the
Blumhouse
it's the
movies.
Endgame of video game movies, and I had a thing where it's
Oh yeah, this is a video game movie.
there's a problem with it that people have is that they say the same thing about the Super Mario Brothers movie, which is probably like my second favorite movie of the year, and like they say it's too fan servicey and stuff, but to me, I'm a fan. So like,
Yeah. I'm serviced.
I want to be serviced as much as possible. I find all that stuff to be fun.
Yeah.
That's why I watch Marvel movies, because people are like, oh, it's just about like Doctor Strange 2. I thought was crazy, and it wasn't the best movie, but like some of the fan service stuff, I loved it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I really like Doctor Strange too. I thought it was just really fun, and it was like a horror movie almost at times. So.
Which I feel like
But,
maybe that's
yeah.
the reason I didn't like Evil Dead as much, because I was hoping for Ash or something to happen. I wanted something
got
like
you.
that to happen.
Which Evil Dead Rise, I think, is like number 2 or number 3 on like top movies of the year.
Jared, did you see Evil Dead Rise?
FNAF is FNAF is like number 1, and I'll probably say like Evil Dead Rise is like number 2.
Which, I mean, just explain that movies can be different for everyone, which explains it. Jared was like, it was okay.
Yeah,
But
it's funny because every movie I saw this year, I would text you and be like, "This movie's so good," and you were like, "Yeah, this movie sucked." And like I was so scared. Like FNAF is like,
you're telling
like,
me,
all right, this
whenever
is
you said you liked it, I was like, this is the fucking idiot that said Halloween Ends was like his favorite. I'm like, okay, I'm scared now.
All right. No need to throw some slander on me. Halloween Ends is great. I like Halloween Ends a lot. Ugh.
Goofy.
You guys are just wrong.
Yeah, whatever.
But yeah, no, Five Nights at Freddy's, I would give it... I would say I think it's the best movie of the year. It needs to win Oscars. I need to see Josh Hutcherson get an Oscar. You see fucking Matthew Lillard get an Oscar. I need...
Yeah, right.
Huh?
What if there's a fight? What if like the next movie, it's like he's trying to still kind of figure that out a little bit, or starts dreaming about that stuff, and he sees like Matthew Lillard's character like running towards him or something.
I don't. Well, because if the second movie takes off the second game, then it's gonna be pre this one. Which, did you guys notice? This movie takes place in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like. It didn't click until like halfway through, but yeah, this is like late 90s, early 2000s.
I noticed the TV was like one of those old square TVs, and there was something else that I was like, yeah.
Nobody's using a mobile phone. Everybody has like a flip phone.
They say the date sometime. They show the date because I was like, this is like 2000.
I figured it was late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, 2000 something, I believe. Maybe 2000 on the dot, but yeah.
Maybe. But the reason I was so confused is because they kept saying like the 80s was like a while ago, and it's like, well,
that's what it was. Because they kept saying that, and I was like, if Vanessa went during the 80s, I was like, she's like 30, so like this even
yeah.
Like, this movie can't. This has to be like the early 2000s, because that's what was like confusing me about it.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be like.
Also,
they were supposed to be around the same age, I believe. Josh Hutcherson and Vanessa.
Yeah. Also, like, I felt so stupid. Everybody saw this coming except me, because I'm so used to like game lore and stuff that like, because in the games Vanessa technically becomes like a kind of disciple of William Afton. Like she has like her own like kind of bunny character that she never kills anyone, but like she has like a knife and stuff, and
yeah.
I don't know, she gets violent, I guess, under like kind of how the animatronics are this one, where it's like under his like influence they get violent.
Yeah.
Like she would get violent in the game. But like I did not see the father-daughter twist at all. Because I was expecting everybody to be like, Mike is his son.
I thought it was weird. I thought she was working with him. So there was some connection, but I didn't actually expect the daughter thing. Did you expect that?
Yeah, no, I didn't expect the daughter thing at all.
I knew that there would be like a connection between them, and that's why she kept going back. I figured daughter was a possibility. I figured she was either his daughter or she was working with him.
Yeah, I didn't even think of the daughter thing.
Yeah, but other than that, like literally every little Easter egg I saw, everything was just amazing. It was so much fan service. There was like this, oh yeah, everything about it. And then there's the Freddy scene. Going back to whenever they all break into the pizzeria. That was crazy.
Yeah. Was that the point of 87?
That's what someone screamed. I think it was my girlfriend screamed it. Yeah, she said she did.
I know. At the very end of the movie, someone yelled, "All right, who's ready to start fighting?" Because someone.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, I saw that video.
As the fight of 23.
Wow.
Which I think is pretty goofy. But apparently someone said it was Markiplier and Matt Pat fans fighting. Like it actually was.
Oh.
Like someone was talking shit on like Markiplier or something. That's what I heard. I don't know if it was a joke or not, but I've heard a couple people say that.
Well, I hope he's gonna be in like the second one or something. Like I want him because he said he was going to be in the movie. And actually, if you watch, Matt Pat just released a video like yesterday of him like behind the scenes, and there is a picture of Markiplier on the wall, and with his casting like saying like what role he was
Oh,
gonna
they
be, but
definitely they were
Matt,
definitely trying to get him or something.
yeah, it was because he's filming a movie right now, which
I feel like
Okay.
when the sequel comes out, Markiplier will be in it, and I would be surprised if they try and get him in like a bigger role, maybe. Not like a big acting role, but more than like a little bit of a cameo, like kind of like the Taxi Driver.
Markiplier's new movie, Iron Lung, based on the game Iron Lung. The trailer so far is just him standing in like a pool of blood. I don't know. I am so fucking hyped for this movie, and it's coming to theaters.
Really?
And he's directing it. He's acting in it. This is like his movie, and it's coming to theaters. And it, like, yeah, it sucks that he's not in the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, but he's literally making his own movie. So, like, I'm hoping he's gonna be in like the second one or even like a third one.
He's definitely
Like,
gonna be in
if
the
they like
next
hype
one,
his
probably.
character. Yeah, if he hypes his character up to be like a really important character or something.
I don't think he's gonna be.
That'd be cool.
Incredibly important. Like I don't think it's gonna be like a big acting.
Well, yeah.
Thing, but I feel like he's definitely.
Yeah.
I could definitely see like how you said in the beginning he was supposed to be that. I could definitely see a role like that for him.
Yeah. Or even like how like Matt Pat's like the waiter or something. He could be like an employee somewhere.
Yeah.
Like something silly like that. But
All right. So
yeah, because he was supposed to be the original
guy
night
at
guard.
the beginning.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
But yeah,
So you
perfect
loved
movie.
it.
Loved it.
I really enjoyed it.
I loved it.
Jared thought it was okay. So I mean, that's just how movies go. You never know. I'm sure there'll be
Yeah.
more movies eventually where. I mean, it was better than the Creator. That's all.
That's all that matters. That's what matters.
Yeah.
Even Jared agrees with that.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's it for the movie reviews. I guess we'll do a quick rundown of the top 5. Someone do the top 5, Jared?
Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, we'll do the top 5 real quick.
You go first.
Yeah.
Honorable mentions?
I have a honorable mention I could think of. I did the list pretty quick. So, we're gonna do our top 5 horror movie, spooky movie, Halloween movie, whatever you want to say. It could be a special. I don't really care. Just something in the Halloween realm of a movie or something that you enjoy or you like to watch around this time. I imagine something like that, or just maybe best horror movie that you like. We're mostly saying whatever because Jared, you're not really a big horror guy, so
A little bit, but not too much.
not as
Not
much
like
as
you guys.
yeah. Matt's massive.
Not-
horror.
not like this guy.
Yeah, I'm below that, and then there's Jared. You know.
Yeah.
So I can go ahead and start with honorable mentions. Matthew, do you have any honorable mentions? Do you have a couple?
I do have a couple.
Okay.
I have a couple good like Halloween movies for honorable mention.
Okay.
We can just go through
I would start off with
Okay. We'll just start off.
yeah.
That's
Do
fine.
you want to do like one at a time?
Just
Like,
say
I'll
your
one,
honorable
you guys say
mentions.
one.
If you want to talk about it for a quick
So-
second, you can.
I was struggling to find a fifth movie, so my honorable mentions are like my honorable mentions. I would say Donnie Darko is a pretty good Halloween movie.
I agree.
It literally is like the lead up to Halloween. It's like, yeah, it's a Halloween movie. It's a pretty good Halloween movie. House of a Thousand Corpses is a good Halloween movie.
Okay. Not the biggest fan.
It's because it's just so. It's one of those movies you kind of want to play in the background. Now I did see it in theaters, and it felt really short, but like, yeah, you want to. It's something you kind of want to have on the background, and like maybe at like a party or something.
Yeah.
This was. Oh, do I have any other movies? I don't know. Evil Dead 2. It's a good Halloween movie.
Very good.
Fun. It's silly.
Yeah.
It's got, good goofs and gaffs.
Yeah, these are good movies. So.
And this one that I was gonna put at my number 5, but it's like number 6. The original Saw is a great Halloween movie.
See, honestly, I like Saw X better, but whatever you say.
Which, your opinions are wrong, but it's okay. It's alright. I'm not gonna, roast you on it.
Okay. I got a couple honorable mentions. I think It 2017. That's a good, that's kind of like a good fun horror movie. I know it's a bit overplayed, but I still think it's good. Same with The Conjuring, the first one at least.
I'm not a fan.
Really?
I like it.
The first Conjuring, you're not a fan of.
No,
Why aren't you a fan of The Conjuring, Jared?
just didn't care for it.
Really?
That's like the one. That's like if you don't like any of the other ones, you at least like the first one.
You don't like the first one?
I've only seen the first one.
Well, the first one's the best one.
Right, that's why I haven't seen the rest.
Yeah, the first one is the best one.
Yeah, The Conjuring was almost in like my top 5. Like that's for a while it was my favorite horror movie. It's very good to me at least. And then I have one I just watched recently, The Ring. I was a big fan of The Ring. I don't know why. I really liked it. I like the way it looks. Some of it I actually found pretty creepy, which is hard for me to see a horror movie and find pretty creepy. I really like The Ring. Have you seen The Ring, Matt?
I have not.
I
have not
recommend it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I should watch it.
I recommend you watch it like tonight. It was very good. Some of the things actually got me. I was like, Jesus Christ. I love the tape, like that. The way the tape looks and stuff when they show it, it's amazing. I think you'd really like it. Jared, I don't know so much. In fact, you don't like The Conjuring. I don't. This is really The
I
Conjuring.
haven't seen The Ring, so.
You can watch it sometime. I really liked it. It's kind of more like a mystery movie because they have the 7. You know the whole idea where it's like they watch the tape, like 7 days or whatever. So like a good chunk of it's like a mystery movie. And I really liked it. It was very 2000s. And then I watched The Grudge. Not very good, to be honest.
When I was younger, I think, with my parents.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't think it was very good. It was.
I don't remember much from it, honestly, but.
Ted Raimi's in it, the brother of Sam Raimi. Yeah.
Ted Raimi is also in Candyman.
Really?
One of my favorite movies of all time.
Really?
Ted Raimi makes a short little cameo in that movie.
Huh. Yeah, that's my honorable mentions. Jared, what do you got on your honorable mention of spooky movies?
All right. Yeah, so I got a couple here. I got Talk to Me. Came out this year. Really? I was a big fan.
Oh.
It's pretty good. I was a big fan.
I didn't watch it yet. I really want to watch it,
I feel
though.
like you guys would both like it.
Yeah.
I got Pearl. I think it's better than X. I really like Pearl.
I'm waiting for Maxine to come out to watch all
very
3 of
excited
them.
for Maxine. I have Funny Games. It's a German movie from the 90s.
A German horror movie from the 90s.
Yes.
Alright.
Pretty
Wow.
I never expected Jared to mention that.
Yeah.
I have Barbarian.
That was good. Have you seen Barbarian, Matt?
I have not. I was on like the verge of watching it. I was like,
dude,
I was
you
like,
gotta watch that. Not watch a
I-
trailer or anything, just watch it. Because I knew nothing
Yeah,
about
no,
it. It
I
was
was-
Come
crazy.
in blind. That's how I was, and it was really good.
It was
yeah.
crazy.
I just haven't had the time for it.
You gotta watch it.
Like,
It
where I want to
was-
sit down and watch it.
It was surprising, like how good it was.
Yeah.
And then my last one, which I most put on my list, is Hereditary. I think it's Ari Aster's best.
Ooh.
I agree. It's his best.
I
one.
have to agree.
Did you
agree.
see
I
Bo's
like it
Afraid,
more
Matt?
than Midsummer. I did not see it.
Fucking. Oh,
I like
I like some of it. Like the first 30 minutes, I thought was really good, but it just gets way too crazy. Like it's you just gotta watch it. It's an experience. It's better than the creator. I'll tell you that. It is better than the creator.
I gotta agree there.
Wow.
Another honorable mention I'm gonna throw out there. I noticed you said a lot of modern movies. Then you threw that '90s one in there, which was crazy. The Black Phone, I thought was really good.
I put that. I
yeah.
always mention
Oh yeah.
That's a really good
yeah.
one. I really like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's for honorable mentions. You got anything? Okay. We'll go ahead and go into the list. If you just want to start off, Matt, you can go with your number 5, and you can just we can talk about it.
So my number 5. I'd say Halloween 3.
Season of the Witch.
Season of the Witch. Halloween 3 is. Now I rank these on Halloween movies, like what are like good Halloween movies, because I feel like they'd be a
So
little
you're
more fitting
thinking
than
more
just
actual
my-
about the day Halloween.
Well, like what gives me the Halloween mood, kind
Yeah,
of.
okay,
which
that
now
works.
looking at this, all these movies have to do with Halloween.
Yeah.
But like, Halloween 3, I love that movie. It's so good. It's so stupid and fun. Now I'm thinking of another honorable mention. I'll just throw this out there. Return of the Living Dead. Return of the Living Dead
That's
is a
pretty
great
goofy one.
movie.
That's pretty goofy.
You gotta watch that. But yeah, Halloween 3 I think is like my number 5. Like, it's just so, it's about haunted masks and like robots and witches. It's really weird, but I don't know. I love it. It's so silly, and I love Tom Atkins. He's a Pittsburgh native. He also shows up again on this list.
I know exactly. Yeah, okay. I was about to say. I think I know where Tom Atkins also pop up in.
But yeah, no.
Jared is
Halloween
not.
3. I think Halloween 3 is That's yeah.
Okay. Jared, have you seen Halloween 3?
I've never seen the first Halloween.
Okay. I've seen Halloween, the new ones and stuff. I saw the old one, but I'm tempted to see the other Halloween sequels.
Yeah, I mean, Halloween 4 has a beautiful it has a beautiful intro, and it's like it captures that Midwest Halloween feel.
Yeah.
And it's like it's so pretty, but like that movie's all right. It's not the best, but
Yeah. All right. Well,
But-
I'll go into mine. My number 5. I'm gonna be honest. I was kind of rushed a little bit to do this. I kind of forgot. I was kind of running around. So my number 5 is gonna sound a little weird, but I put Reanimator down for my number 5.
that was gonna make my list.
I'm a big fan of Reanimator. Jared, do you know anything about Reanimator?
Not at all. Well, I know you've talked about it, but I don't know much about it.
It's a crazy movie. There's some really crazy stuff that you can probably never do again.
Nope.
But it's very goofy too. It's kind of like a goofy horror movie. It's not very scary, but it's a very good one. It's kind of fun. It's an 80s horror movie. It's like what I would consider one of
Now-
the best 80s horror movies when you think about that cheesiness factor.
I will interject, just so I can vouch my innocence here. Reanimator is one of my top 3 favorite horror movies of all time. I just didn't think it'd fit the list, so don't kill me. I love Reanimator. It is literally one of my top 3 favorite horror movies.
Yeah, okay, that's why
of
it's
all
not on the
time.
list. Passing the rusher, by the way.
Think
We're roughing the passer. That's the Steelers game going on. Oh fuck!
Wow.
He really killed him.
Yeah.
All right, Jared.
Yeah. So my number 5, I'm going with Scream. This is mostly the first one, but a shout out to the whole franchise in general.
A very
Mine is the third one. I think they're all pretty good movies.
The third one has some fun in it,
third one does have Jay and Silent Bob.
That
So
is
that's
true.
Kevin
That
Smith
is
in
true.
it.
and Patrick Warburton.
Patrick Warburton.
That is
in
true.
It. Joe
R.I.P.
Swanson.
Now he's rethinking.
Yeah. So I think the first one's the best. I also really like the fourth one. The sixth one's pretty good as well.
Dude,
Feel about 5.
Scream 4.
Five was alright.
Scream 4 is amazing.
It's better than the third one, but I think it's
You
prob-
really like the fourth one?
I like the fourth one a lot. Yeah.
Dude, Scream 4 is amazing.
Kieran Culkin
I've
or
seen.
Rory Culkin, whichever
Dude.
one it is.
I've seen.
Yeah, I think it's
It's Roy, right?
Rory.
Pretty sure.
One of the Culkins or anything?
Oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
get killed.
I've seen.
Yeah, my girlfriend's gonna kill me.
I saw the first one. I saw the beginning of 2, which I thought's a really strong intro, but I
I
think
like-
it just fell apart.
Two's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's not. It's not one
It's-
of the better
it's
ones, but
Rory.
It's fine.
I do want to see 4 now. Jared putting it
yeah, no.
there.
4 is one of the only problem with 4 is it has a weird filter to the movie.
Yeah, it's a very like you can tell it was made in 2010. Like
Kind of like a cheap,
Yeah.
cheap kind of
Yeah.
filter. Okay. I have seen parts
Yeah,
of
it has like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It has like the sepia filter on it, but other than that, it is my favorite Scream sequel.
Interesting.
I think Six is my
Yeah.
favorite sequel, but Four's very close.
I'm not a. I like the newer. I like the new 2, but I can't. I don't know.
I might have
I'm
liked
not a fan of
5
some
more,
things.
which I feel like is controversial. I think I liked 5 a little bit more, maybe because it had the cast in it.
Maybe 5. I thought
Yeah,
was
I
alright,
like
but
6 had more like action to it, but I hated the character reveal at the end.
I also think. Are you talking about 5 or 6 here?
6. I hated the character reveal at 6.
I don't know. I thought it kind of surprised me, I guess. Like, I feel like with 5, I just had no shock factor. Like, I feel like I just knew who it was.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I've gotten a Scream movie right.
Nope. I have not.
I think 5 got me. I know it did because I didn't expect that. And then 6, I think I knew one of the kids, but the woman I didn't get. When she died, I thought she actually...
Yeah. I definitely thought she was dead. I didn't think it was the... I figured it was the police guy, but I didn't think it was, like, the scrawny... Like, I figured it was the policeman. I figured he was, like, his dad or something, but I didn't get, like, the 2 siblings.
Maybe I didn't like 6 as much because I didn't know the girl, because she was in the 4th one. So I didn't understand. I knew she was in the 4th one, but I didn't see the 4th one.
Yeah. I think that's why I like 6 more than 5.
Interesting. All right, Matt. Well, we'll go ahead and throw it over to you for number 4.
Oh, yeah, that's me. Number 4, I have... No, this is a... Now, I couldn't just pick one. I had to do all 3. Halloween 2018, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. Now, personally, out of the 3, I like Halloween Ends the best.
That's insane.
Halloween 2018 is a close second. It has, it's, you know, I remember when that movie came out in theaters. I remember everything about it. I love that movie. A little slow on a rewatch. And then Halloween Kills is definitely the weakest of the 3, but I love the kills in that movie. If you want to watch them, I would put on Halloween 2018, start Halloween Kills, and like do something, like do laundry or something. Like, don't pay attention to kills, and then when Ends comes on, like I love the story to Ends.
I would love to make a super edit of the 3 movies and make a super sequel.
Yeah.
Like have the
If it was like
yeah.
Yeah, if it was like one long movie, which I know Ends takes place, it takes place like a couple years later.
Yeah, like
but
I probably wouldn't even mention anything about Ends really in it. It would probably be Halloween and then more the Halloween stuff in Halloween Kills, and then just have the ending of Halloween 2018 in it. I think that would have been a much better movie.
But like, I'm one of the minority here, but I really liked Corey's character. The junkyard scene and the ending was a little...
I thought it was okay.
But I love the junkyard scene. That is like my favorite moment in that movie. And the radio...
Yeah, shout out Darcy the mail girl and the radio station. That was my favorite part. I was like, holy shit.
Yep. It was pretty crazy, but that's my number 4.
Okay, my number 4 kind of goes with Jared. The Scream franchise. Mostly the first one I really like the most, but the other ones I think are good from what I've seen. Yeah, just a fun franchise. Not much to say beyond what we talked about. Jared, what's your number 4?
Yeah, so my number 4 is... This is one I didn't know how this fit on the list, but I feel like it fits.
Yeah.
I'm going with Black Swan.
Okay.
I really liked it. I think it's like a horror. I would say it's a psychological horror.
Yeah.
Have either of you guys seen it?
I have not.
Have you seen it, Matt?
No. My girlfriend really liked... Or I don't think she liked it. I don't know.
Okay.
I remember she watched it, and she had some feelings about it.
I think it's really good.
But I have not personally.
I think, like, especially the ending is just, like, very anxiety-inducing. I won't say too much else since you guys haven't seen it, but I do think it's very good. I don't know if you guys would like it. It's one of those, I can't tell. I don't think you would like it.
Have you ever seen Donnie Darko, Jared?
Yeah. I like Donnie Darko.
Was it kind of that? I think Donnie Darko is way crazier. Donnie Darko is its own thing.
Yeah, I would almost consider it like a more horror-ish, like Uncut Gems.
Really?
Like it's very one of the. It's like not even like So there's like body horror to it.
But it's not. It kind
Oh, great.
It's not like
Yeah.
Saw, where it's just
like, Yeah.
everything's
Yeah.
off.
Like I feel like it's more like anxiety inducing. That's like the scariest.
Is it like the ending of Seven?
Kinda like.
Alright.
Like you know something's gonna happen, but you just
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, Matt, what do you got for your number 3 pick?
My number 3 pick for top Halloween movies is Terrifier 2.
Okay, I know you were really.
I
big
saw
fan
this
of that.
movie in theaters. It was so crazy. It's just so bloody. It's so gory. It's nasty. It's just hilarious at times. It's not. I don't think it's really supposed to be. Like, I know it's kind of supposed to be funny, but like, there were a couple scenes that like I don't know if I'm supposed to be laughing at, but I was laughing at it. Really stupid, funny, like silly movie. Very gory. It does get serious at times, and there are some parts I don't really love about it, but like overall it captures that kind of Halloween feel. Art the Clown I think could be like the next Michael Myers, honestly.
That's stretching
Like-
it, but okay.
Like, well, I don't know. Like I could see it. Like-
yeah.
Like Michael Myers is kind of losing his relevancy because he's not like as, we just killed him off.
Well,
Spoilers.
I don't. I don't know if you've.
I know Miramax.
Yeah.
Miramax did pick up the license.
Well,
and stuff.
A24 also
But-
picked up the licensing.
Oh, I thought they were fighting between it.
Yeah, I have heard. I don't know if it's confirmed yet, but I've heard A24 was trying to get the rights as well.
Then that might be who it is. But yeah, Terrifier 2. It's just it's an exploitation film basically. It's very bloody.
I thought it was
very,
I thought it was all right when I watched it. I thought it was better than the first.
I just
one.
had fun. Yeah, the first one's kind of boring,
Yeah.
but like the second one was just so like wacky and zany and out there, and there's so many funny yeah. I love it.
I mean, there you go.
It's my number 3 pick.
There you go. So I'm realizing now because again I didn't really prepare for this. I knew that this was a topic. It was my fault that I didn't prepare for this. But an honorable mention I have because it was on my list until the last second was the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I really liked that one a lot, but I just didn't think it fit on the list really, so I just kind of took it off at the last moment. But I think that's a really great one to watch. But my number 3, which honestly 1 through 3 can be kind of mixed around, is Trick or Treat. I think Trick or Treat's really good. I just rewatched it. I thought it was really good. I always really enjoy it. I think it's a good Halloween movie. I noticed you laughed there, Matt. What are you laughing about?
So I hate to interject, but my number 2 is Trick or Treat.
Okay, well, spoilers. We'll get around to that, but...
I know, but I thought it was funny.
Well, don't worry. I'll give it to Jared. Jared, what did you think of Trick or Treat?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I watched Trick or Treat like a few weeks ago. I thought it was good. It wasn't something I was going to put on this list, but I was very much, some parts I really liked.
What would have made your top 10?
No, if we did like a top like 20 probably.
Top 25, something like that.
Yeah. Would have made my top 10, but like I really liked the part at the end with Brian Cox. Like I thought that was really good. The part with the like kids in the bus, I thought that whole scene was good.
My favorite's the teacher at the beginning. He kills the kid. That was just goofy.
And it was the freaking kid from Bad Santa.
Yeah.
Shut up.
I thought that was all right, and then the part I really didn't like was the girls who were like werewolves or whatever.
You didn't like that one?
I didn't
Yeah.
care for that part.
I don't like. Every time I watch it, I don't care for the kids going down.
Really, because that was one. That might have been my favorite
I like
part.
the bus crash part, but I don't care about them being down.
I think that might. Have
You
been
guys are missing You guys are missing the best part of that whole movie. When Sam goes to the like bus driver's house.
That's what he's talking about. The
And they have, like, that-
Yeah, Brian
Yeah,
Cox.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
I like that scene too.
Yeah. That is the best part of that movie.
Especially when he gets shotgun
Sam's
blast.
a little
yeah.
menace.
He goes,
Yeah,
"Ah!"
he gets shotgun blast.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's all I gotta say about Trick or Treat. It's a good movie. I highly recommend it. Best thing to come out of 2007 I can think of. Jesus Christ. What else came out in 2007? Maybe 500 Days of Summer I think did. But other than that, I can't think of anything else.
I think it was 2009.
Was it? I thought it was 2007. I don't know. Well, best thing, whatever.
Oh yeah, no, it was 2000. It was 2007.
Yeah, I can't think of anything else
Really?
that came out that year. But all right, well that's my
Yeah, I don't know.
number 3. Let's pass over to Jared here.
Yeah, so my number 3, this is another one I wasn't sure if it fit on this list, but I've Get Out. So I would say this is another one of those psychological horrors.
There's a silence between me and Matt. I imagine me and Matt have the same.
Yeah, I actually haven't seen Get Out.
I've seen it, and I don't remember a thing about it. All I remember is I didn't really care for it.
Because I really like it. Like, I think it's incredible.
I
think it's Jordan Peele's best movie.
haven't seen any of the Jordan Peele movies.
Go watch 'em.
I think Nope's his best movie.
I like Nolan.
I want to watch them, but
I think you would like Us the best.
Us seems like the one I would like the least.
I think he might like.
Yeah.
I think he'd like Nope the best, but even then, there's parts of
I
Nope
thi-
I did not like at all.
I'm a pretty big Jordan Peele fan. Like, I really enjoy Get Out.
I think he's his own
Nice.
brand of
Yeah.
horror movies.
That's fair. But yeah, that's my number 3.
Interesting. Yeah.
Us whenever Jared brings up Get Out.
I knew as soon as he said "Get Out," I went, "Oh!" And I know Matt just went stone quiet. I'm like, "Yeah, that's not." That's
Well, I know nothing about the movie really. I really don't know anything
was-
about it.
When I watched it, I remember being okay. I thought it was okay. That's best I could say. But
I just heard it's very overrated.
I think it is overrated. I do think it's overrated.
Alright.
Jared will disagree, but he also doesn't like The Conjuring, so who knows?
Yeah, and you know what? Everybody has their own different taste.
Yeah,
of
we
horror.
saw Five Nights at Freddy's. You know, we all saw it. We all have different opinions.
Yeah, we all saw
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
So
I think it's movie of the year.
I wouldn't go that far, but yeah. All right. Anything else you want to say about Get Out?
I got nothing else.
Okay. We can go on to your number 2 then, Matt, which we already know.
My number 2 is Trick or Treat. I really like the movie. It's really fun. It's just like, yeah, it's just fun Halloween. It really it really feels like Halloween. And I love like the comic book style to it that it has.
Yeah.
I love the original 90s short Season's Greeting, which is like the first appearance of Sam. That's fun, which I know it's not Trick or Treat, but... And the ad campaign for Trick or Treat was really fun, where it's like all the different seasons, and like Sam's making mischief on it, and... Yeah, but like, the movie, yeah, I'm not a bit... I don't know, I think the werewolf part is the weakest, but I still like kind of enjoy it a little bit. But yeah, no, Sam is... I think Sam's one of my favorite horror characters. And he's so cute.
He is. He's
Like-
a goofy character.
He's so goofy, and yeah, that whole final showdown is so funny. I love it so much.
It's a goofy
And
movie, yeah.
Yeah, it's so goofy, and I know it gets dude. Whenever he gets the candy bar and slits the dude's Achilles tendon or whatever, that makes me cringe almost every time.
Yeah, it's rough.
But like that movie, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
We love Trick or Treat around here.
yeah, it's goofy. It's a fun time. It's a fun time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I will go to my number 2, which is in fact possibly could be number 1 depending on my mood, but I think Killer Clowns from Outer Space. God damn it, do I love that movie. It is
That is
possibly, I think it's the best representation of a
like a cheesy 80s horror movie, and I love it so much.
One I've wanted to watch for a while, but just never put it on.
It's just really goofy. It's very goofy.
It's very fun. It's very fun.
I honestly might watch it like Halloween or something.
It's not a scary movie.
It's on YouTube.
It is not a scary movie though. It is very goofy.
No.
Like,
it's a PG-13 horror movie from like I don't remember what date it was, but it was.
I love it though. I think the effects are cool. I like the ideas in it and stuff. I think it's just a funny movie. I think the ending gets a little convoluted, but I think the rest, like the first 2/3, is really, really good. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, we
don't want to say anything for Jared though.
Yeah, I constantly think about the clown with when he's driving the car.
Oh yeah, dude. Some of those things are so goofy.
The balloon dog,
the popcorn
those
and
are
stuff.
Like the great. Yeah, the popcorn.
It's just a fun movie. It's really fun. That's why I'm excited for the video game to come out.
And not only that, it had one of the greatest songs of all time.
Oh my god, yeah, the Killer Clowns from Outer Space theme. And then like the March one is like dun 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 dun. Yeah.
Yeah. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yes, that's my that's my number 2. That's a really good one for me. I definitely think about Halloween time, especially because they've really been pushing like Spirit Halloween stuff. It's been like Trick or Treat and Killer Clowns like been the big stuff being pushed. But
I will say, as a Spirit Halloween employee, the Slim animatronic was horrible to put together.
I think it looks.
He was
cool,
not
though.
working at all.
It looks kind of scary though.
But
in person, it does look kind of scary.
He's cool, but like he was not working at first. But it was just like a bad wire on him. But yeah, we love Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll pass it over to Jared for his number 2.
Yeah. So at my number 2, I have The Shining.
Okay.
Oh, that's who I was yesterday.
Yeah.
You're that guy.
That was me yesterday.
Yeah,
I was the guy.
I'm a pretty big fan of The Shining, honestly. I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I did, but I really ended up enjoying it.
I've watched the first like 15 minutes. I think it's too slow for me. I think I just gotta watch it. There's a couple movies like that though, where I'll watch it and I'm like I cannot get past 15 minutes, and then I'll watch it again. I'm like can't get past 15 minutes, and then eventually I'll just break down like this is pretty good.
It's definitely one you have to get into, but like the later, like the second half of the movie is very good.
It really picks up.
Yeah. It is pretty long. Like it's 2.5 hours or something probably. Like it's pretty long.
Yeah.
Now, did you know a lot that was going to happen though? Because like I knew a lot that was probably going to happen.
When I watched it, the only thing I really knew from it was like the scene with the twins, and then I knew.
Like, did you know like the bear thing, with the bedroom?
No.
So that was like, what the fuck is this? Yeah.
And then I knew obviously like the scene where he's like hammering down the door.
Yeah.
But that was about it. Like I didn't know too much about it.
Like the naked lady in the tub or whatever.
Yeah.
Me, whenever I jump out from behind a pillar with an axe.
What a goofy movie.
I love that scene. I love that scene so much.
I need to watch it. My favorite one of. So have you watched 2001: Space Odyssey, Jared? You don't need to watch it. You really don't. But I think my favorite movie of his is Kubrick's movies is A Clockwork Orange. Although I haven't finished it. But from what I've seen, it's dark as hell, but I really like it.
Yeah, I think I just like 2001: A Space Odyssey because it's pretty.
I mean,
it's
but
it's like ambiance. There is no reason to actually sit down and watch that movie.
Well, was that Brad Pitt movie Ad Astra good looking, Jared?
Yeah, but the movie sucked.
Yeah. So looks creator. I mean, even though the effects weren't the best, I guess it was still
Yeah.
The game is freezing. The Steelers game, so we gotta reload it. But yeah, okay. Well, we'll throw it over to. You got anything else, Jared? Though he's got nothing else. All right. Matt, what do you got for your number one Halloween movie? I think I already know what it is.
Yeah, you do. My number one Halloween movie is 1982's Creepshow. I love this movie so much. I don't know why.
I have no idea
movie
either because
kinda-
I've watched it. It's okay.
It's not that good of a movie, but I don't know. I think it's the fact that it's Pittsburgh, and it's so like the style of it's so interesting. How it's like when someone gets like scared, it's like almost like a comic book. It's got like the red and blue lights on each side of them, and I don't know. It's like I don't know. It makes me feel spooky and in the Halloween mood, and that beautiful intro with Tom Atkins. I mean,
Well, that's all that's important is that you like
I don't
it.
know. Yeah, we got Stephen King in the movie. We got
Did George Romero
Yeah.
make it?
George Romero and Stephen King made it.
Okay.
Stephen King like wrote most of it, and Romero like directed it.
Jared, do you know anything about
And I think he
Creepshow?
had some.
I don't know too much about it. Very good.
It's good. I think some of it's okay. I like one because it's kind of like Trick or Treat a little bit, where it's got
It's an anthology.
yeah, it's an anthology, so it's a bunch of different things together. Some of them are okay. My favorite's definitely the last one with the infant station or whatever.
Which is surprising.
That was my favorite one.
Like, cause like the crate. I think the crate's my favorite.
Yeah.
That and Father's Day. I don't really care for the one with Leslie
Yeah,
Nielsen.
Leslie
and,
Nielsen's in it as a serious role with Ted Danson. It's in the 80s.
Ted Danson. That's who
It's
it
a
is.
young Ted Danson
Yeah.
and Leslie Nielsen in a serious role. But yeah, I can see why you pick it though. I know.
Yeah, but it's such a good Halloween movie.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess it's me actually.
Yeah, it's you.
Yeah, it's you.
I'm gonna go with my number one is in fact two movies because I consider them one, and it's Halloween 2018. I think it is possibly the best movie to watch around Halloween time. It's also probably one of my favorite horror movies to watch. I will say, rewatching it, it is slow. I think 2018 definitely has some slow moments. I think the whole podcasting thing is just fucking rough. But
Yeah.
I really, really, really enjoy them. I really like 78. I don't want to say 18's my better or my favorite of them, but I think they're about on par. I think together it makes a great, movie. Like one together, it's better than Killers of the Flower Moon. It'd probably be fucking longer, but I love the Halloween movies. Well, from what I've seen, Halloween and Halloween 2018 are my favorites. So that is my number one. It's Halloween. It's literally called Halloween. I think it gets you in the Halloween spirit. So,
Yeah, I mean, I just rewatched it yesterday.
well, you've seen 150,000 times, so you know.
I have seen it a lot, and it is a little slow because not really much happens, and it's a lot of it's just quiet. It's like a lot of shots of just quiet, nothing.
Yeah,
But
it's a movie I can.
yeah,
It's a top Halloween movie. I'm not gonna watch a Christmas movie every day all year long. Well, other than Jingle All the Way, the greatest Christmas movie of all
well,
time.
I mean,
But like beyond that, I just think it's a great Halloween movie, especially.
I have horror movies for each season.
Yeah. But that's my pick, number one. I think I already know Jared's, but we'll see.
Yeah, so my number one, this might surprise you guys. It's actually Boo, A Medea Halloween.
Wow.
No way.
There's no way he just said that.
My actual number one.
I was like, long.
My actual number one is Coraline.
Yeah.
I'm a huge
Wow.
Coraline fan. I got to see it in theaters last year, which was great. I've probably seen it like 20 times. Not much else to say about it.
It's Coraline.
It's Coraline.
It's a
It's a good movie.
yeah.
Yeah, Yeah.
It's pretty. It's kind of scary for a kids movie.
Like for a kids movie, like I'm not gonna get like scared by it now. I don't think, but like as a kid, like it's pretty. Yeah, and like just the whole like I don't know, like idea of it is like dark. I think
It is.
Oh yeah.
I always go back and forth between Coraline and Paranorman. Which one I like better? Have you seen Paranorman?
I don't think they're close for me, but I do.
I don't know. Paranorman did have Season of the Witch and some promotional thing that made me love the movie 20 times better.
I like them both. I think Coraline is definitely fucking darker. Coraline's one of the...
Yeah.
100%.
Well, I don't know. Paranorman has like the whole Salem witch
Yeah, the whole
trial
witch
kind
thing
of
at the end
going
was
on.
kind of like, it's a little dark, but like Coraline, I'm
Yeah.
like, what is this?
Yeah.
But all right. So that's our list for top 5. Oh my god, we did. So currently, I'm watching a trailer for the Santa Claus season 2, and yes, Gabriel Iglesias just popped up. We'll talk about Santa Claus when it comes to our holiday special. I imagine we'll have a holiday special coming up. Yeah. Jared, do you think of anything else we got coming up? Any big movies or anything?
I don't got too much else. I'm sure we'll have an episode.
What do you think is the next big one? What do you think is going to be the next big one to do?
I know. I know a good
Oh,
one.
what do you got?
Thanksgiving. Eli Roth's
I'd say
Thanksgiving.
so. The 17th is when that comes out. The Hunger Games movie comes out,
Okay.
and Nets goal wins.
That will be you to watch
That'll
the
be
next
me.
goal wins. I'm going to be stuck
Yeah,
seeing the
yeah,
Hunger
that'll be all you.
We'll have to see that Thanksgiving movie together though.
Yeah.
What else comes? There's something else. Oh, my most anticipated movie of the year has changed. Dream Scenarios is coming out. I think November 12th or something. That's gonna be my most anticipated movie. I'm very excited for that one. So
Did you guys also see the trailer for Imaginary?
what the hell is that?
I don't think so.
It's a Blumhouse movie that got the first trailers at Five Nights at Freddy's.
I don't remember.
I don't know. It looks crazy.
I don't even remember it.
The whole. It was just a black screen and like a girl talking. For most of it.
Oh, Jared, are you excited for that Lisa Frankenstein movie?
Yeah, that may be the worst trailer I have seen.
Really?
What are you talking about? Dude, Lisa Frankenstein looks better than the Emma Stone Frankenstein movie.
That's just wrong.
I agree with them.
No,
I agree
it's
with Matt.
not. That I want to see Lisa Frankenstein.
I don't want to see
It
Lisa
looks so
Frankenstein,
dumb.
but I don't think it's that bad. I think The Monsters was the worst trailer I've ever seen. The Monsters trailer.
I saw that live in concert.
I actually started watching part of it. It was okay. I was like, okay, it can't be that bad. And I was watching part. I was like, it's okay. But yeah, I think that would be probably around that time. We'll definitely get an episode out. So yeah, maybe we'll find something else to throw in there. But that'd probably be it. So we'll probably have 2 or 3 weeks till our next episode, and then after that will be towards Christmas time. So we'll have some more Christmas stuff. I think because of it, it'll probably be our Thanksgiving episode. I imagine we'll figure out like a topic for that. All I know is if we do specials or whatever, the best Thanksgiving special of all time is a Garfield Thanksgiving. If you have not seen it, okay, watch the Garfield Thanksgiving
doing the mashed
special.
Potato.
Yeah, do the mashed potato, do the candy yam, do the funky turkey because it's time to jam. Garfield Thanksgiving special, not just as a Garfield fan, it is the greatest, possibly holiday special of all time. Like you'll watch, and you'll go, "This is actually great." Yeah. Anything else you got, Jared?
That's all for me.
All right. We'd like to thank Matt. Matt, you got anything else you want to talk about before the end of the podcast? Anything you want to promote or anything?
I do not know. I'm Rise from Beyond Productions on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, I think, and
we're gonna go ahead and put you, especially in the YouTube version. We're gonna throw like your YouTube channel and Spotify. We'll throw your YouTube channel in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on with us.
We'll
have to have you on for another one.
maybe another holiday special.
Yeah, maybe the Christmas one we'll do another big episode or something. But yeah, I would like to thank you. This has been our longest episode by a freaking mile. It's going over 2 hours now.
Yep.
But yeah, I'd like to thank Matt for joining us. Yeah, so I think that's all I could think of. So we'll see you in a couple weeks. Thanks for listening.
Thank you guys.
All right. Bye,
Thank
everybody.
you. Bye.